talking about model. So we are discussing about the pacemakers, so different types of pacemakers. So in the last class, we are seeing the asynchronous ventricular asynchronous pacemaker, that is called as the fixed rate pacemaker, and the second one is ventricular synchronous pacemaker. So these two we are seeing in the last class. So whereas ventricular asynchronous pacemaker, so it will produces the stimulus output with a fixed rate. Okay, it produces the output with fixed rate, and the pacemaker, basic pacemaker consists of a pulse square wave generator, and from that square wave generator, will produce the positive trigger pulses, and those positive trigger pulses are applied to the heart, and that pulses are applying of this output pulses are called as stimulation. So stimulate voltage. Okay. So whereas here there is a one word, that is fibrillation. So fibrillation is also similar to the rhythm of the heart is changing. So the proper heart, so it is a fibrillation is that, but nothing but the rapid and irregular and unsynchronized contraction of muscle fibers. So whereas the on the heart we have some muscles are there. Okay, Purkinje fibers and his fibers. Okay, and those muscle fibers also contracts. Okay, so and due to that the contraction process will be complete, and so the rapid or irregular and unsynchronized contraction of muscle fibers is called as fibrillation. Okay, so this fibrillation, see here we have the on the left side of the this figure we have the normal heart. Okay, normal heart. It means regular distribution or propagation of the potentials. So here this is a sinus node. So this is the sinus node, and from here the impulses were transferred to the atria. Okay, and from that atria, so left atria and right atria. So from the left atria, these pulses, the sinus node impulses are transferred to the this atrioventricular node, that is AV node. Okay, AV node, and from this the pulses are transferred to the ventricles through this yellow color indicates the impulses which will travel to the ventricles, right ventricle and left ventricle. Okay, if the heart is functioning normally, so the below figure indicates the ECG waveform, and it is a proper functionally it will be produces. Okay, and the next figure on the right side of this picture will shows the heart with ventricular fibrillation. Ventricular fibrillation. Okay, so from the sinus node, the impulses will be travels to the atrioventricular node, and from there, so improper. Okay, so ventricle pair fast and erratically. Those will be moves very fast and produces like this type of the variations. Okay, and due to that, there is variations in the contraction of the heart muscles, and due to that, we will get a ventricular fibrillation waveform like this. The ECG waveform will be like this. So that is nothing but improper contraction of the ventricle muscles. So due to improper contraction of the ventricular muscles, we will get this type of the waveform. Okay, so this is called as ventricular fibrillation. Ventricular fibrillation. Similarly, we have um, atrial fibrillation also. Okay. So that means fibrillation is a word that indicates that irregular and unsynchronized contraction. So there is no regular and there is no synchronization with the atria and the ventricles. So synchronization also should be there with the atria and ventricles. So there is no synchronization and there is no regular generation of these impulses. So that particular state of the uh, generation of that particular in such situation, we can call it as a fibrillation. Okay. Okay. So for that also we have used the to make the proper regular and synchronized contraction of the heart muscles, we can apply these pacemakers. So we can also apply the pacemakers. And in the next coming chapters, we will see defibrillators also. Defibrillators. So defibrillators are nothing but they will produce a high voltage and a high power of pulses. So like a shock. So with that defibrillators, we will apply the potential high potential with the high power. We will apply to the patient heart, and due to that, the heart muscles will be works properly, or heart muscles will be uh, heart muscles will be contracts regularly. Okay, so in pacemakers also, by if there is any irregular or unsynchronized contractions will be there on the heart muscle, those will be corrected by the pacemaker. Okay, so in the last class we have seen the ventricular synchronous pacemaker. The ventricular synchronous pacemaker. Okay, so for this is the second one, ventricular synchronous pacemaker. So the ventricular synchronous pacemaker, which will be using a single electrode for sensing and applying the stimulus to the heart. Okay, so that's why it is called as R wave sensing electrode and as well as stimulating electrode. Okay, so by using this electrode, so it will senses the R wave. So R wave is nothing but the QRS complex waveform, and that QRS complex QRS complex waveform will be detected by this electrode, and that selected the electrode output will be sent to the amplifier and filter. So here, if there is the sensor signal, the sensor signal is having both the P wave and QRS waveform. So the filter will be filters or will blocks the low frequency signals. So in addition to this, some with the P and the R waveforms, in addition these two waveforms, there are some other interference signals also. Interference signals also senses this electrode, and those interference signals also will be filtered by the filter, and after that it will be amplified. The detected R wave is amplified by the peak to peak amplification meter, and that will be sent to timing circuit. Okay, refractory period control and a timing circuit. Okay, so in the timing circuit, what we will do means it will produces the impulses. Okay, it will produces depending upon suppose suppose the obtained signal, obtained potential, or the obtained R wave is having the desired period of which is generated with the desired rate. Okay, so then this control timing circuit does not does not provide any signal to the fixed rate pacemaker. Okay, so it will be ready for the next sensing pulse. Okay, so first of all, it senses sensing pulse, and that sensing pulse will be applied to the electrode, and due to that, it will be detects the actual R wave. Okay, if the obtained R wave is produced as a normal, that is the heart is functioning properly. Okay, regular the generation of the R wave is generated. Okay, so that is compared with the sensed R wave. Okay, so given bit of seconds, how many seconds they should be produced? Yeah. Okay, if it is properly functioning the heart, so this timing circuit does not provide any output. Okay, if there is any deviations with the sensitive signal and the reference signal, so then this timing circuit will produces a signal. That signal will make the generation of the fixed rate pacemaker. That is a ventricular asynchronous pacemaker. Okay, so that will be generates a pulses with a fixed rate. Okay, preset rate. You can call it as preset rate. And that signals will be applied to output amplifier. Okay, it will be amplifies the applied input signal, and that will be applied to the this electrode. Okay, and this electrode will be applied. The voltage from this electrode will be applied to the ventricles of the right ventricle. That too we will apply for the right ventricle. Apply for the right ventricle. Okay, so like this we can use this ventricular synchronous pacemaker when the heart is functioning properly. Okay, so this pacemaker does not provide any signal to the heart. If the heart is does not are unable to produce the proper output. Okay, so then only the fixed rate pacemaker will be produces the output its fixed rate. Okay, and that is applied to the ventricles of the heart, and due to that it will produces the will makes the functioning of the heart properly. Okay, it makes the functioning of the heart properly. Okay, so by using this ventricular synchronous pacemaker, we have these are the advantages. So to arrest the ventricular fibrillation, so ventricular fibrillation. So fibrillation means irregular. Okay, there is no synchronization with the atria and the ventricles. Okay, so that is called a fibrillation. So that ventricular fibrillation should be arrested. So we have to make does not occur such a ventricular fibrillation. So this is the ventricular fibrillation. Okay, so actually it should be following this manner, normal heart. Okay, so if there is some ventricular fibrillation with there, there is some pulses does not travel properly. Okay, so there is some surrounding pulses will be produced. Okay, and this type of situation is called as a fibrillation, and that situation is occurred at the ventricles. That's why it is called as ventricular fibrillation. The same situation is happened if it happens in the atrial, then we can call it as a atrial fibrillation. Atrial fibrillation. Okay. Uh, so our ventricular asynchronous pacemaker, that is called as a standby pacemaker. So standby pacemaker, that is also used to arrest this ventricular fibrillation, and this circuit can be used. Okay, and if the R wave occurs with its normal value in amplitude and the frequency, then it would not work. So this pacemaker, ventricular synchronous pacemaker, the heart is functioning properly or normally values of the amplitude and frequency. This instrument does not provide any output. Okay, it not work. Therefore, the power consumption is reducing, and there is no chance of getting side effects due to competition between natural and artificial pacemaker process. So when there is some deviations are deviations in the values of the ECG waveform, then only this circuit will be reduces output pulses. So that's why the power consumption is reduces. Okay. So it does not produce continuous does not produce the pulses. So depending upon the values of the ECG output waveform. Okay, that is the amplitude and frequency of the output waveform. They are from R wave, but to R wave only. Okay, so due to that there is and there is no chance of getting side effects. Okay, and due to competition between the natural and the artificial pacemakers, because there is no competition between the um, natural pacemaker, that is the atrial and ventricular. There is no competition between the atrial generated pulses and the this our artificial pacemaker. So actually, natural pacemaker is nothing but the sinus node, SA node, sinoatrial node. So here we are not comparing with the SA node. Okay. So we are considering the only R wave. So R wave is generated at ventricles. Okay. So that's why there is no side effects. When the R wave is appearing with the lesser amplitude, the circuit amplifies it and delivers it in proper form. In the obtained waveform, the R wave is having lesser amplitude. Okay. And circuit will be amplifies it and delivers it to proper form. So suppose the generated R wave is having a smaller amplitude. So the amplitude of the R wave was decreased. So in such situation, the our circuit, that is a synchronous pacemaker, ventricular synchronous pacemaker, will amplify that signal and increases the amplitude. So R signal amplitude will be increases by using the output amplifier. By using the output amplifier. So if the R wave period is too low or too high, so here amplitude as well as the period. The period of the R wave is too low or too high. The asynchronous phase in the circuit is working up to the return into the heart into normal. Okay. So if it is identified that if there is any change of the period that is low or high of the R wave, the fixed pacemaker which is present in this synchronous pacemaker, so that fixed pacemaker will produces the pulses continuously to make the heart in the normal one. So until to produce the normal pulses of the heart, so this fixed pacemaker will be produced as the pulses. So that is the advantage of using this synchronous pacemaker, ventricular synchronous pacemaker. And coming to next one, that is a disadvantage. So atrial and ventricular contractions are not synchronized. So here, this circuit does not bother about the synchronization of the atrial and ventricular contractions. Okay. It does not consider the atrial contractions. So there is a synchronization between the atrial pulses and the ventricular pulses, or the contraction of the atrial atrial cells and the ventricle cells. Okay. So our pacemaker does not consider that synchronization. So it just sends the impulses to the heart. So the one more thing, that is in the olden time, in the previous time, so when the pacemaker is attached with the patients, the circuit is more sensitive to external electromagnetic interferences. So this is one term. I think you may know this. So interference, external electromagnetic interferences. So if suppose a patient is attached to the pacemakers, okay, if he is working in somewhere, and due to that, the electromagnetic interference signals also will be disturbs the these flight signals. Okay, and those electromagnetic interference signals are such as electric shavers. So we are using shaving for the electric shavers. and that also provides some interference. And microwave ovens, car ignition systems, airport security metal detectors, and so on. Okay, so these are the sources of the electromagnetic interferences, and these also will be makes the disturbance of the pulses which are applied to the heart. Okay? And therefore the patients could not work in radio or TV stations. So by applying this type of pacemakers, it is difficult to work in radio and TV stations because it produces the very high frequency signals, and those high frequency signals also makes interference to the applied stimulation signal. And due to that, what happens? Actually, we are producing some pulses to the heart when there is a problem. Okay, if the radio or TV signals also produces signals, and those signals will be mixes with the actual pulses, and due to that, it will also causes the more exaggeration to the heart. So, so the interference signals also mixes with the original signal. Interference signals also mixes with the original signal, and due to that, the pulses which are applied for the heart is making again. So original signal and another signals also mixes, and due to that, the contractions, actual contraction was damages. So what we have to, what purpose we are using pacemaker, that does not produce the proper output. Okay. And the heart does not comes to normal position or normal generation of the impulses. Okay, so that's why the patients which are working in this radio and TV stations, it is somewhat difficult when the previous type of the systems are using. So nowadays it is not a big problem. So they could not undergo diathermic treatment and could not be exposed to airport security metal detectors. So if we can check with the airport security metal detectors or by using metal detector, so it will detect the electrodes which are present near the heart, and then what they think that so something was they are taking away in the body. So so that is the problem. Okay, and further they could not ride motor or scooters. Further they could not ride motor or scooters. So that is also ignition problem. So ignition by starting the scooter or the cars, so we will produce some ignition problems. In the what we can say that the starting the motors or cars, so it will also produces high impulses. Okay, that's why it will also creates a pulse disturbance to the actual signal. So, but in the newer pacemakers, this is eliminated by connecting a low pass filter in the input circuit of the pacemaker. So nowadays, these problems are eliminated by connecting a low pass filter in the input circuit of the pacemaker. So that's why by using low pass filter, these frequency signals these are high frequency signals. These are radio and these signals are high frequency signals, and those high frequency signals will be uh, stopped by the low frequency filter. So that low frequency filter we are using to allow the low frequency signal to the heart. Okay. And the next one is ventricular inhibited pacemaker. Ventricular inhibited pacemaker. So this is called as a demand pacemaker. You can call it as a demand pacemaker. So, So it mainly consists of the broad diagram of the inhibited pacemaker is shown here. So it mainly consists of the pulse width circuit, okay, rate limiting circuit, output circuit, and to the heart. So generally we can use uh, a piezoelectric material as a sensor. So in this case, we will use a piezoelectric material. So that is piezoelectric material will be also suppose a person is running, okay, or suppose he is by bending, means by bending or some like that in such situation. So there is some vibrations sensing will be there. So vibration of the heart will be there. That vibration will be also sensed by the piezoelectric sensor. Okay, and that piezoelectric sensor will senses the signal and senses the pulses or vibration that will corresponds to makes converts to the electrical signal, and those electrical signals are applied to the refractory circuit, sensing circuit, and a reversion circuit, and it will apply to the timing circuit. So, and also we have a voltage monitor. So this voltage monitor will be produces a pulses to the pulse width circuit, and also it will sense the signals to the timing circuit. That is rate slow duration circuit and through energy compensation circuit. Rate slow duration circuit. So suppose we generated. So this is also used for the sensing of the R waveform only. Okay. So if the R waveform, the sensor R waveform produces a very fast rate. It is producing very fast rate. Okay, so it will provide a rate slow down circuit, will produce a signal, and due to that, it will makes the decrease of the this generation, pulse generation. Okay, and due to that, here the pulse width circuit is nothing but a multivibrator, and that multivibrator will be sensed to rate limiting circuit, and that the pulse rates will be limited by this circuit, and it will be applied to output circuit. Generally, we have an amplifier circuit here, and that will make amplification of the this signal and applies to heart. So like this, we have uh, ventricular inhibited pacemaker, and this is also called as demand pacemaker. If the generated signal is, I mean, the generated signal is not that much of energy to transfer to the ventricles in the on the heart, the pulses which are produced from the AV node, so not have that much of energy to travel to the entire ventricles. So in such situation, so this energy compensation circuit will be also provides more energy, okay, to the pulse width circuit, and due to that it will be produces the sufficient pulses, it will produces sufficient energy in the form of pulses, and due to that the contraction of the and due to that the contraction of the ventricles will be makes excitation. Okay, so like this ventricle inhibited pacemakers will be generates the pulses. And the next one is so atrial synchronous pacemaker. So atrial synchronous pacemaker. So by using this atrial synchronous pacemaker, so here we have two electrodes. Here we have two electrodes. One is a sinoatrial node. We have atrial sensing electrode. So another one is at ventricles. Right, ventricles. So it will be same as the generation of the pulses from the sinus node, and after that, those generated pulses will be travels to the atrioventricular node, and after reaching that atrioventricular node, there is some delay will be there, and after that amount of delay, again these impulses will be travels to the vertical ventricles of the heart. So that is the actually generation process of these impulses. Okay. So from the sinoatrial node, that is the natural pacemaker. From there, the impulses will be generated and will be travels to the both the atriums, left atrium and right atrium, and from there the sino AV node, that is a atrioventricular node, which is present between the atrium, right atrium and right ventricle, in between that. So after reaching this AV node, these impulses will have some delay. Okay, so after that delay, again those impulses will be travels to the heart. So these are, so from the AV node, from SA node, the impulses will be generated, and those impulses will be travels to both the atria. Okay, right atrium and left atrium, and after that, this impulse will be reaches the atrioventricular node, AV node. Okay, so after reaching this atrioventricular node, immediately it does not sense to the ventricles. So it will take some time to propagate these impulses to ventricles. Okay, so that time is in the fraction of that is 0.1 seconds will be there. Okay. So after that, those pulses will be travels to both the ventricles. Okay, for this happening, the same situation, same type of the uh, pulses will be generation and providing delay and applying to the ventricles. So that will be provided by this atriosynchronous pacemaker. How the heart functioning is, how the heart will produce the impulses from the point of generation to end of the generation. So same like that it will be produces. So that is here in the atrium we have a sensing electrode that is called as atrial sensing electrode. It will senses the P waveform. Okay, so that P waveform will be given to P wave input amplifier. Okay, so the generated P waveform, which is produced at atrium or atria of right atrium, that will be sensed by a atrial sensing electrode. The output of the electrode will be applied to P wave input amplifier. So here that P wave will be amplified by using an amplifier, and after that, that P wave signal is delayed by delay circuit, delayed by some AV delay circuit, atrioventricular node. There is an AV node. Here this AV delay circuit. Okay. And here it will provide some delay, that is 7.12 seconds. After that, it will be given to a resettable multivibrator. Okay. So resettable multivibrator. So here it will produces the pulses. Okay. So and those pulses will be applied to output amplifier, and from the output amplifier it will be connected to the an electrode, and this electrode will be connected at the ventricle, right ventricle. Yes, the electrode will be connected to the fibers of the right ventricle. So the pulses which are produced from the resettable multivibrator are similar to the pulses which are produced from the AV node in the real heart electric conduction system. Okay, like that it will produce the pulses to the ventricle, and due to that the contractions will be happens. Okay, So like this, we can cover the artificial electrical impulses. And this is usually when and this is usually for the young patients, and using stress testing. So it is used for stress, stress, stress testing and coronary artery diseases to find the coronary artery diseases. And it has been used to terminate atrial flutter and paroxysmal atrial tachycardia. So it can act as a temporary pacemaker for the atrial fibrillation. So it will be also used as atrial. It is also used to temporary pacemaker for the atrial fibrillation. So we are also seeing that ventricular fibrillation. Similarly, atrial fibrillation will be occurs. Okay, to reduce that effect, we can use this atrial synchronous pacemaker. Okay. So these are the four types of the pacemakers. So what is the use of the refractory control or refractory circuit? So what is the meaning of the refractory circuit? So that is, so I will explain some notation. So suppose we have generation of the sawtooth waveform. For the sawtooth waveform, we have this is the rising period, and after the reaching a certain peak value, this is the peak value. Okay. And so that particular period is called as sweeping, that is TS, that is a sweeping period. So after reaching some certain peak value, again this voltage will be reduces to minimum value. So reduces to minimum value. Okay. And again will produces the ramp signal. And after reaching this peak value, it will produces it will produces the discharging. So there is a sawtooth waveform generator. In that we have a capacitor. Okay, and while charging the capacitor, the signal will producing a linear output. After reaching the peak value, it will produce as the discharge output of the capacitor. Discharging of the capacitor. This is the charging, and this is the discharging. So charging period is called as the sweeping period, and the difference between the minimum value of the voltage and this discharging period will be called as a refractory period. So TR. So similarly, so here we have some certain period of time will be there. So after sending one pulse signal, so to produce the next pulse signals, we have certain period is there. Okay, that particular period we can call it as a refractory period.